Okay, till the date we have started. After starting this ALU part, we have covered sign number addition subtraction, then followed by sign number multiplication, right? Then today we will approach this sign number 2's complement multiplication, that is by Booth's algorithm, and once this will be completed, then we will again touch the 2's complement part, that is for addition and subtraction. Okay, as decided earlier. So now I will just make a short recap of the sign number multiplication, what we did last day. So I will just take this register configuration, because this register configuration will be used when we will do this Booth's algorithm. Okay, so actually there we were observing that the sign bits were kept separately, and we were just taking this magnitude bit, and this magnitude bits were computed, right? So we were just passing this magnitude bit into Q and B, right, as a multiplicand and multiplier respectively, and then we were just taking one after another bit from this least significant bit position, and then we were just performing the addition gradually, right? So these things were done in case of sign number multiplication case. And what we put in this sequence counter at that time, this thing also we discussed, that in sequence counter we will put simply the number of bit present in your multiplier, right? And then we just covered this flowchart where we check that how you will complete this uh, multiplication part. Separately you have kept 2 bit as a sign bit, then you are just computing that how the result and magnitude bit will come, result and sign bit will come, and you have just kept them separate registers. All these things were done, right? And through this point we were also discussed one example. Apart from this, I was also I also requested you that please go with some short examples. One example set also has been uploaded in LMS. You can check it. There are some problems also has been given. You can also try to solve it. Okay, so now we will gradually move to this part, that is the 2's complement multiplication. Okay, from this point. So before coming to this point, let us first recap from our digital design course that whenever we were doing this 2's complement number system representation or 2's complement representation as a single word, at that time there were no separate sign bit, right? So that means what the number was given to you, that the same number was considered as either it is a positive number or it is a negative number or whatever, maybe like this. Say if I just take some small example that you were using a 4-bit representation format. Okay, when every of your number will be represented in 4-bit, and say you have taken the number 2. So 2 is basically represented by 1 0. So in 4-bit, if you like to write it, it should be like 0 0 1 0. And how you will compute the 2's complement? Simply we did that. There are two processes actually. We just make the opposite of the bit, reverse the bits, and then we can add 1. Or we can start from the right hand side. We will check that whether any 1 is coming or not. Then up to which time a 1 is coming, we will keep the same bit, and then we will just reverse the bits, right? So you can follow any process. So any process means 1 0 then followed by 1 1. So it will be simply like you will add one more here, so till 0 1 1 1, right? So this type of thing usually we did in case of 2's complement representation. So you can see whatever why I am saying this thing again, or why I am going back to that particular 2's complement representation now. Only my target is to represent that here in this 4-bit representation system, you are not using any separate bit to represent your sign bit, right? So if in case of this register configuration of Booth's multiplication algorithm, the first thing we should keep in our mind that there you will find no separate sign bit, right? You can see there is no separate sign bit is existing here, which was existing in case of sign number representation, multiplication format or addition format, whatever may be. Here no separate sign bit is there, right? So all the number will be stored in this BR register. All the number will be stored in this QR register. You will start multiplying from this. You will start taking one bit and gradually another one, and there you will pass it to this adder, and this addition subtraction will be done. Whatever may be, all these things will be done. We will come this point also. But initially, when you will think only about the register configuration, you will think or you will see that there is no separate sign bit, right? So this is the initial point or the first point of consideration of our Booth's algorithm register configuration. Now, if you see, all the other things are almost the same. BR registers were there, EC registers was there, sequence counter was there, QR register was there, complementer and parallel adder also was there, right? So that means here you will see, and at that time I also told you that when we will move to the Booth's algorithm part, there we will need this complementing operation. Why? Because based on some other consideration, you have to take decision that whether you are going to perform any addition or you are going to perform any subtraction. Right. Now, why this addition subtraction both is coming in consideration in case of Booth's multiplication algorithm? Any thought can come in your mind that in case of signed number representation, when we were multiplying, we were only simply adding, right? We were not subtracting anything. We were simply performing the addition, right? But when we are going to this Booth's multiplication algorithm, we will not only add, we may need to subtract also. So why this thing is required? Any idea or any wild gaze or any consideration if come in your mind? You can keep this view. See, from this point you can think that when you are performing a sign number representational multiplication, at that time you are only performing a simple multiplication because you are not considering the sign bit, right? You are keeping aside the sign bit. So resultant sign bit, depending on that, it may be -6, -5. You will basically multiply 6 into 5. That is perfect. That is always you will do. But in this minus and plus, you will consider with the XOR operation, and you will take the decision that whether your resultant sign bit will be positive or negative. So you will keep this resultant sign bit separately, and you will multiply simply 6 into 5. So that means basically you are performing the multiple addition at the same time, right? You are not performing any other thing. So that is why in case of sign number representation and multiplication format, you are always adding, right? But in the same case, if you think in case of 2's complement addition subtraction or 2's complement multiplication also, you will see that in 2's complement there is no separate sign bit. The sign bit or magnitude bit, whatever maybe you are considering, the -6 or -5, this whole number representation will be itself in the 4-bit or 5-bit number, right? So that means your negative number and positive number all are including in that particular sign, in that particular data, in that particular number, whatever you can say. Okay, that is why it may require that whenever you are considering a positive case, it may require to add, and whenever you are considering a negative case, it may require the subtract operation. So that is why addition and subtraction both will be considered in case of Booth's multiplication algorithm. Okay, now we have to take decision that when we should perform this addition and when we should perform the subtraction. Okay, so here one little tricks you have to keep in your mind that we are not considering any input carry here, right? You can see that previously in case of sign number multiplication, there was one input carry E who was initialized as 0, and then this E was being passed to this AC registers. this thing was gradually shifting, right? In this mode, the operations were performing, right? Now we are not using any input carry here because you are not always performing the addition, right? You may add, you may subtract. But instead of using this input carry, we are using another extra bit, that is the qn plus 1 in your one step advance to the least significant position, least significant bit position. Okay, so previously we were just calculating this qn. Based on the qn, we were deciding that whether you are getting a 1 or 0. If you are getting a 1, you are simply taking the multiplicand. If you are getting a 0, you are taking the you are not taking the multiplicand, you are simply taking the 0. So you are directly shifting. So these things were done previously. Now we are actually adding one more bit towards right of this qn. So we will gradually move towards right side. If you closely observe, or if you closely observe the operational part also, you will see that it is just equal to the previous case when we were taking this input carry. Only the difference is we are not considering the input carry towards the most significant bit position, because here we are not considering any overflow operation. If you remember, you will get to know that whenever we perform this subtraction operation with 2's complement, if any overflow occurred at that time, we were simply used to discard those carries. If you remember, right? We used to simply discard those overflow carry bit, because every number, depending on its whole number representation, if it is getting a 1 in its most significant bit position, we used to say that this number is negative, right? In 2's complement part previously in digital design. So now we are again considering the same thing. We are not considering the E separately, rather than we are keeping an extra bit towards your right, and you are checking whether your qn and qn plus 1 is 0 1 or 1 0 or 1 1 or 0 0, like this. Okay, so 1 1 or 0 0, this is the case that you are not having any change, right? Because if you are considering this 0 0 or 1 1, you can see that 0 0's complement, just one's complement is 1 1 and 1 1's complement is 0 0. So both are equivalent in considering this 2's complement operation, right? So that is why whenever we will get this 0 0 or 1 1, we will not do any addition or subtraction operation. Rather than we will consider it as a case of 0 and we will simply right shift. I will come in this flowchart, but before the flowchart, I am just discussing that how you can take the decision that whether you are performing any addition or subtraction. Now the case pending is whether you are having a 1 0 or you are having a 0 1. Now think, in case of 2's complement addition, if you have a 1 in your most significant bit, always you are considering that yes, it is a negative number, so we have to take the complement again. This thing we have done. In result, if we get a 2's complement, then we have to take the complemented value, and then we can decide that yes, this is your actual value in case of subtraction operation, right? So here also, if you get this 1 0, that means your most significant position is 1, then you will perform the subtraction operation, right? And if you are getting a 0 1, so 0 1 means it is normal, it is a positive number, then you will perform simply addition operation. So the both or the whole operation has been represented in this flowchart. If you see, you will observe that again we are starting from the same zone, that you are storing your multiplicand in BR and multiplicand in QR. I think now it is clear little bit. Initially it was not so much clear. So initially you are storing the multiplicand in BR and the multiplier in QR, right? And then when you are just moving in advanced level, what you will do now first, what we should do first, we should initialize our AC as 0, where we will store our partial products, right? And then this extra bit we have considered in this case, that is a qn plus 1, that is also 0 initially, right? Now the point is coming as sequence counter, right? Here again sequence counter is n. So why you are taking the sequence counter as n? Because now it is your 2's complement representation, and 2's complement representation means all the bits are relevant. No extra sign bit is there. No, that you need not to consider in case of magnitude calculation or like this. Whole data is your under scanner. Whole data is under consideration. That is why you are keeping the sequence counter as n. So again, I am saying last day what I told you also the same thing, that again if you think that what is n minus 1, previously it was n minus 1, suddenly it is n, when n minus 1, again I am saying no need to consider n or n minus 1, just keep in mind the concept. You have to think the number of bit present in your given number. So whenever it is a 2's complemented number, all the number is coming in action. That means all the number you have to consider. There is no separate sign bit. And when you are considering a sign number representation, there one bit is kept for the sign. So in that sense, you can say that this sign bit I will not consider. I am considering the magnitude part. That is why n minus 1. But this may create some confusion in your mind. That is why the simple point, I will always consider the number of bits present in my multiplier. The same number I will keep in my sequence counter. Okay. So now again you are checking the same thing what just I told, that you will check now as a whole what is your combination of Qn and Qn plus 1. So Qn plus 1, you have just kept two numbers. So that means 1 0. So that means it is actually in your most significant bit it is here 1. So that means it tends to the subtract operation. 0 1, that means in your most significant bit is a 0. So it tends to addition operation, right? So that means whenever you will take these two as a branch, if you get 0 1, you will simply add. If you take 1 0, you will simply subtract. Now again, whenever you are subtracting, what you are actually doing? Subtracting means basically you are complementing, you are adding the complementing part, complementation part. So that is why those complementer is useful, right? So now we can see that why this complementer was kept here. Because we also need to perform the complement of BR sometimes, and then we will do this rest of the thing. Okay, so complement and addition, that means AC plus complement of BR plus 1, that is a subtraction case. And once you have done all this thing, you have to simply shift, right shift, and sequence counter will be 1. So this step is just equal to the last one, right? We have also did this thing in our regular multiplication. So only the difference is in this zone, right? One extra step has been added, because in sign number representation you are only adding and you are only shifting, but now alongside this addition and shifting operation, you may also need to perform the subtraction operation, because you are using a 2's complement representation. Okay, so all the other things are, rest of the things are equal. Just like whenever you will get it that your sequence counter is 0, you will end your operation. If your sequence counter is not 0, so what you will do, you will again go back to that particular position and again you will repeat checking this Qn and Qn plus 1, right? So that is why if you think that now you should consider one example. So this is one example has been given. But before going to this particular example, I would like to suggest one tricks, that when you will perform any multiplication in any format, it may be sign number representation or multiplication, or it may be Booth's algorithm part, whatever maybe you are doing, try to take the smaller number in the multiplier part. Why I am saying this? Try to take the smaller number in the multiplier part. Think, if I am asking you to multiply 75 by 9. So what will be easier to think? If I consider that multiplication is not only multiplication, rather than multiplication can be represented as a multiple number of addition. So what will be better? Addition of 75 9 times or addition of 9 75 times. What do you think? Which one is better? Obviously, this is easier. You have to perform 75 additions in this case, but you have to perform only 9 additions in this case. Now, if you try to say that, sir, in this case we have to take 1 bit, in this case we have to take 2 bit. That is not actually at all advantage, because whenever you are taking this type of multiplication, you have to store already the resultant bit position as 3 bit. You have to take already the register configuration in so much long. So though you are using this 1 bit number, but you have to use a 2 bit register minimum, right? So that means space is not any problem in this case. Problem is how many times you are repeating, or how many times you are actually calling the same addition operation. Here you are calling 75 times, here you are calling 9 times. So obviously this is better, or this is easier. That is why, and at that time this is your multiplier. At that time this is your multiplier. That is why it is usually take this consideration that we will, when we will perform any multiplication operation, we will keep this lower number in our multiplier. Now you can give me some counter that, sir, I have tried this problem with this consideration. I have kept the smaller number in multiplicand, I have kept the higher number in multiplier. Obviously you will get the same result. No problem, no one will stop you. No one will stop you to do so. But if you think from the hardware perspective, it is not so much useful. That is the point only. From the resultant view, you will get no problem, you will get correct result, always you do the same thing. But from the hardware perspective, it is used to do that. It's better that keep this multiplier in your multiplier smaller. Then we need to perform smaller number of addition operations. Okay, so this was the initial consideration. Now if you think that what is our Qn and Qn plus 1, based on this what the operation we are doing, let us see all this thing. Okay, so this is our initial condition. Initially you have fixed your AC as 0, QR is your given number, this number has been given, Qn plus 1 is also 0, sequence counter is 101. Why? Because your multiplier QR have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number of bits. That is why your sequence counter is 101. Another thing you will observe that BR, the multiplicand has been stored in BR, and parallelly the complement of BR plus 1 operation has been done already. So they have kept the value ready. So no need to panic with this. It is very common that as you may need to perform the addition, you may need to perform the subtraction. So you are just trying to keep the values ready, because when you will perform this operation like AC minus BR, this will be actually AC plus complement of BR plus 1. Simple. Right? That is why you are being kept the option that you will keep this complement BR plus 1 ready, this value, you will simply put the value and you will add. So whenever you will subtract, you will basically add this value, and whenever you will add, you will add this value. This is the normal common thing. Okay. So now we will start our operation. So how you can start? You have Qn ready. Right, which is your Qn? Qn is this one, and Qn plus 1 is this one. So now in the next step, this is my initial one. I have not done anything in this initial step. Okay, sometimes you may be confused. I have not done anything in this initial step. So you are just moving to the next position, right? So you are just going to the next position, like you are changing this 101 and you are taking this 10 you are keeping this 1 0 and you are taking decision that what the operation you should do now, right? So 1 0, that means it is subtract operation, because according to this flowchart we have seen this, that whenever it is 1 0 we are trying to subtract, and whenever it is 0 1 we are trying to add. So as you have found this 1 0 condition, that means you will simply subtract. Now subtract means AC minus BR. AC minus BR means AC plus complement of BR plus 1, right? So in that case you are just performing 5 number of zeros plus 0 1 0 0 1. You are adding these values and you are getting the first partial product. Now what you will do? Simply check it. You are simply shifting, right? Which shifting? Right shifting. This one. That you have started from this zone, you have got this 1 0, you have performed this subtraction. Now I will simply shift. So right shift AC and QR. So now shift it towards right. Now look, whenever you are shifting, this Qn plus 1 having this 1 from where? Because this one is being shifted to this position, this one is shifting to this position, this 0 is coming here, this 0 is coming here, this 1 is coming here, right? And this 1 is coming here, this 0 is coming here, 0 1 0. So from where this 0 is coming? This 0 is coming from here. Just rolling, because here you were first shifting this value into Qn to Qn plus 1, then in the next step the same Qn plus 1 actually moving to that position, and you are getting this Qn plus 1 to this main partial product. So they are just rounding, right? They are just rounding. So if you check again in the next step, after shifting you are getting this 1 1. So 1 1 means now it is simply right shift. We will not do any, we will not perform any addition or subtraction. Now you can think that whenever you are right shifting, you are getting this 1 1 value. So you are just putting 1 1, then you are writing right shift and you are shifting. Now don't be confused. Some students make this mistake that they have this 1 here ready and they shifted this 1 into this position. No. This step you have completed. You are right now in this step. So if you are trying to shift this one into this position, it is just like Kalidas, like he used to cut the same tree where you are sitting. Right now you are sitting in this particular position. So how you can shift that particular data here? You can think in this format that I am right now sitting in this chair. I cannot move this chair while I am sitting here, right? I can move this cot. I can move the another chair. I can move some another thing, but I cannot move this chair. So right now you are sitting in this row. So how you can move this one? So that means in case of shifting, you have to again consider the previous 0, right? So you are shifting this one here, this 0 here, this 0 here, 1 here, 1 here, 0 here, 0 here, 1 here, 0 0. This 0 is coming from this one. Okay. So this is another shift and another decrement of your sequence counter. Next thing, again we will check what is my Qn plus 1 now. It is now 0 1. So 0 1 means you will simply add. You have added. Again you will shift. Now think, in this case you are writing asynchronous shift, right? So you can consider this row just previous, right? In fact you are taking this row. Okay. So this one is coming here 1 1 0 0 1, then 0 1 1 0 and 0. again 1 decremented. So now you have the values as 0, 0. So you will put 0, 0 here. Again right shift. Right shift means from where you will consider the previous one. Again I am sitting here, so I will not consider these values. I will just consider the previous values. So previous values means you are just considering 1, 1, 1, 1. That means this 3 1 has been shifted to this one. This one has been come from this one. 0 and this 0 here. Then 1, 0, 1, 1. 0. So again it is 1 0 0 0 1. That means it will be subtracted now. Subtraction, right shift. You got the data 0 0 0. That means your sequence counter is right now 0. So according to problem or according to flowchart, whenever your sequence counter is 0, you will simply end the program. You will simply terminate your execution, right? And from where you will get the resultant values, this AC and QR will give you the result. Now if you think this AC and QR is giving you a 10-bit value, and in this 10-bit value what the values we are actually getting, it is actually 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 6 means 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 5. So 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 5, it should be 96 plus 16, that means 112 plus 5, so 117. Now if you think what the initial values was, QR was given as 10011. So once you are getting this 10011 in 2's complement result, what the actual value of this data? So you can write like 0 1 1 0 0. You will simply add 1. So you will get finally 0 1 1 0 1. That means it is basically 13. So negative 13 is there, and it is 10111. So 10111 means you will have this one ready. Then 11010, all these data will be simply inverted. So I can write like this. Sorry, it is 0 0 1. It is 0. So it is actually minus 9. This BR. So if you multiply 13 into 9, what should be the value? It is at around 9 into 13, that means 117, right? So this 117 you got, and this minus minus sign, that means your result is positive. That is why you are getting this 0. So anytime if you get a 1 here in this most significant bit position, that means you are having a negative number representation, right? Or your result is right now in 2's complemented form. So you have to get back to the actual form or actual data. So that means again you will take the 2's complement of that particular data, thus you can get the original form, right? And that result is your actually negative result. But you can see that for finding this negative or positive, we are not using any separate sign bit representation. We are simply observing what the data is there and we are simply calculating. So this is actually the example of Booth's algorithm. Now again one consideration should be kept, that if you are facing any overflow while you are performing this addition, maybe here you are getting some overflow, here you are performing this add. So if you are getting some addition of overflow here, what you will do? In case of addition only you can get the overflow, right? So if you are getting any overflow here, what you will do? If in some any other step you are getting an overflow, what you will do? You will do nothing. Simply you will discard this carry, because you are now performing 2's complement multiplication, and in 2's complement multiplication the extra bit or the overflow bit always should be discarded, right? So Booth's algorithm example was this only. Now you can think that if anything more is need to repeat, or any step is not clear, or any step function you are not understanding properly, it's your time, you can ask. So any input or any comment on this Booth's algorithm part? Because if this 2's complement is clear, then perfectly fine, no problem. Because next I will again touch another 2's complement problem, that is the addition subtraction, right? So that is why it's quite required to understand this Booth's algorithm properly also, or the function of 2's complement properly also. The only common thing is you don't need to consider any separate sign bit. You are taking all the bits at the same time and you are calculating them, and what the result is getting, you are taking decision based on that result, that whether it is a positive, whether it is negative, whether there is 0 in most significant bit, whether there is 1 in most significant bit. Whatever you will get, based on that you will take decision, right? So another thing you should notice, I just forgot to mention that I told you that just keep the higher number in your multiplicand and the lower number in your multiplier, right? So you can think, or you can check here, we keep this 10011. This is minus 13, right? We just calculated minus 13. So you can see that minus 13 have been kept as multiplier and minus 9 has been kept as multiplicand. So you know that minus 9 is greater than minus 13, right? So if you are given 13 into 9 or perform multiplication between 13 and 9, then you should write this 9 in multiplier and 13 in multiplicand. Okay, again I am saying that this will not affect your result will be same, but from some technical point of view, you can keep this consideration for your better understanding. So if I think that if any other thing is missed, or if I am missing any other important points, let me read this thing if anything has been missing to let you understand. 2 bits of multiplier is inspected, 2 bits equal, 2 bits not equal, that's perfectly fine. Then final value of original sign bit of multiplier multiplicand should not be taken as part of product. Okay, so the same thing basically. They are saying that final bit of qn plus 1 should not be taken as a part of the product. That means when you are calculating the result, we are not considering this qn plus 1 as any part of your product, right? Your product is in ACN QR. This is a simple thing, because this is the this QR is actually, this qn plus 1 actually is taken as an extra bit, right? And we have also already checked that whenever you are multiplying, the resultant bit should be the bit number of multiplicand plus multiplier added bit number. So it is not any extra thing, we will keep the same thing. So now you can check some example by taking this type of value, like you are multiplying 17, a 5-bit number, along with a 3-bit number. Okay, you can do this thing also. Now, if you think that when we are doing the 17 multiply by 7 or any other 3-bit number, what we should do or what we should keep in this QR register? Should there be 5 more bits or should there be 3 bits? Literally, technically 3 bits is sufficient, because you will need to keep the storage as AC and BR is equal, right? So AC and BR equal space you are creating, and AC and QR both will give you the result. So 5 plus 3, 8 bit will be sufficient to get your result, right? But you may also take 5 bits, no problem, to make this thing as a synchronous formatting. That is up to you, no problem. Okay, you can check this example, that whether it is easier to take the 3-bit or whether it is easier to take the 5-bit. Because if you are taking 5-bit, then you have to take 2 extra more 0. You have to append 2 more 0 with it. So that may be a little bit of lengthier, right? So that in that perspective, I would suggest that 5 and 3 would be better. But normally you have to check that what type of problem has been given. If you are given the normal multiplication or normal Booth's multiplication with the same number of bits, then nothing need to be changed. You will simply keep the same number of registers. You will keep the same storage in the registers, and you will perform the operation. No problem will be there. But if there is the separate values has been given, then you have to do something new. So this new actually not too much new. You know this, that how this new thing should be done, and you can follow this thing. Your purpose will be solved. Okay. So any other thing if I am missing? Okay, so I think that I've covered most of the part of Booth's algorithm, or the most of the important parts, with one example. And if you open this LMS, I think you have already seen, or I'm not sure whether you have seen or not. Ishan sir uploaded one very good material regarding this arithmetic. Okay, so lots of numerical problems are there. So you can try to solve these problems. If you face any difficulties, if you not able to solve it, any problem is creating disturbance, then you can obviously communicate to us. So I think he has uploaded this thing. Yes, the arithmetic, this material he has uploaded already, the computer arithmetic part. Okay, here you will see the same thing actually, what we discussed till the date, that the addition, subtraction, the multiplication, all these things are there, right, up to Booth's algorithm with examples. And parallelly, one more thing, these problems related to arithmetic logic unit. So these problems it also he has uploaded, so you can also take a view of those problems, because midterm is approaching, so different kinds of problems can be given. In LMS also this Booth's algorithm problem can be given. Now, if you ask how, then we can say that we will create a big structure where you can drag and drop all the values. Now we may give the initial numbers and the basic operations, that if this operations is being done and these are the initial number, then up to this step or after this step, what should be the value? We will create one blank space. You may need to write, or you may need to drag and drop in that particular position. So all these things can be given. So now if you check the problems, that what the problems are uploaded in LMS, so there is some arithmetic logic related problems. So you can check them, you can solve them. The questions answer also has been provided. It's very good. So what I can say, you can just follow this part. It will be better to practice for you. Okay.